Hello, welcome back, Super Ninja Llamas. We are making good use of this quarantine. Let's go ahead and give a little background. So, I have beaten Bloodborne twice, and I have beaten Dark Souls 1, and I've played some of Sekiro. So I have a lot of experience with the Souls games. I bought Dark Souls 3 opening day. This was right after I had played Bloodborne, before I played Dark Souls 1. Bought Dark Souls 3 opening day, played through it, and I was expecting Bloodborne, and that was done. I was just uneducated of how the series worked at the time. And at the time, I really had no money. I spent all my money on Dark Souls 3, and it wasn't even that it was a bad game. I was just really low on money, so I sold it. So then I was not very far into it at all. So then I downloaded the game from a friend because he had it on his PSN account. Played a good amount of it. Got to around the Inner Orlando type. Or I had just beaten the, can't remember his name, with the four bracelets, something like that. I don't remember. But I just couldn't get into the game. It was when I just started college, so I was just playing the game like 1 hour a week, and that's just not how these games work. I was just not into it because it's hard to get into the momentum of a game and into the story and setting when you just can't play it a lot. So I just kind of stopped playing it. I really quit playing mostly all games last semester until Modern Warfare came out because that was just something to do with friends. Because when you're in college, you don't have time. Well, at this moment, we have plenty of time, and we are stuck at home all day, every day. So, I'm playing Dark Souls 3 again. And let's just say we just got to the catacombs. Let's see, which boss was it? Just beat the Abyss Watchers, that's who they were. So, I am a good distance into the game. Obviously not, like, close, but I would say had a good amount of time. That's about all I've played the last 3 days. Some Warzone here and there and some Smash Bros, of course, but that's never going to change with those two games. But we'll go ahead and just see if it's how I remember it. And I had a good idea of what was going on, and I remembered some of the stuff. But this is still, I'm doing a whole new play style. I figured I'd change it up a little bit. So I'm doing all strength and big armor, and also this is all the carry weight I could have, which is why I only have one of Patch's or one of his pieces of armor on, which is why I look funny. Plus, I love it because it looks amazing. So we're a good distance into the game. We've had some time to re-look, give it a second look, and see if it's what I remember, and if it holds up to the other two. Because all the other times I tried to play this game, it was before I played Dark Souls 1, which I'm not sure if that was a good idea or not. At the time, I'm thinking it was a bad idea, and I can say 100% sure that I enjoy this game way more now that I've played Dark Souls 1. Simple stuff like the stray demon that's hidden up here in the swamp area, stuff like that, the callbacks, and I know In Orlando's coming because I was like that when I had played some of the game already. So like I said, I remember some of it, but like I'm still having to relearn a lot of this game because it's not like I have a photographic memory. But overall, playing Dark Souls 1 first has given me a greater appreciation for this game, and I am loving this so far. Holy crap, this game is amazing. I think the fluidity is a near perfect balance between Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne. I still prefer Bloodborne's combat, but this is the best mix of the two. I think each has its strengths and its disadvantages and its weaknesses. But overall, wow, the combat in this game is just phenomenal. The ability to dual wield any weapon and have so many different combos is great. I think the amount of weapons in this game is phenomenal as well. And I've recently started using the boss souls to make specific weapons. I got this one from the curse rotted greatwood, I think, something like that. Treewood, I don't remember what the name of the boss was. The big tree dude where you have to hit a weird area of him. But wow, the combat for this game, amazing. And one big advantage is I got a PS4 Pro now when I was just playing on a PS4 last time. And wow, this game is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I've seen one frame rate dip at all. It is just smooth all the way through. Don't know exactly what frame rate, but it is just smooth. There's never any dips in frame rate. The game looks phenomenal. And while we're on the issue of like kind of display and all that, the music in this game, oh my goodness, wowza. The music in this game is incredible, especially the boss music. It just puts you in a like scared tone. Like you're just nervous for no reason sometimes. And sometimes it's like that, other times it's just beautiful. And you're just like, sometimes I'll just look off like the ledge and look in the distance and just let the music play for like 30 seconds because it's so beautiful. I mean, wow, the music, the graphics, it just puts you get entrenched in this game, and it's like you're in the game sometimes, and it's amazing. So we've went over the combat and the graphics, and I can say that both are phenomenal so far. And next, we'll go ahead and just do the gameplay. or the parts that you play in. Sorry, I can't talk. The areas. Wow. You're seeing, I'm at the Abyss Watchers right now. I do think, I even remembered it coming into this game how awful I didn't like this area where the swamp was, where you had to light the fires. I didn't like that part of it. Uh, I thought it was just very annoying. I hate when you're stuck in the mud and there's poison. But other than that, I think this game has been near perfection so far. I've not had a complaint, and I've not really been bored once. I've noticed this game has so many more interweaving paths. You'll find callbacks to previous areas that you were at way more often than in Dark Souls or Bloodborne so far. And I love that. I feel like sometimes they overdo it a little bit. Like, I'm like, why do I need to come back to this area? I don't care. It's awesome anyway. And the shortcuts, and so far, wow, the shortcuts have been amazing. Oh man, I know it seems like I'm just being all positive, but man, there's just no negatives. This is a From Software game. This is Bloodborne's my favorite game ever. Dark Souls 1 is one of my favorite games ever. So I'm going to enjoy this game now that I've given it a real shot. And one of the most important parts of these games is the bosses. I feel like the bosses have been really, really good, but there's definitely some weak ones. I've fought 3 really awful bosses so far, and I've watched a lot of lists of like the best and worst bosses in the Soulsborne series, and all 3 of these bosses are on there. I'm talking about the Curse Rotted Greatwood, the Crystal Sage isn't on there. I just think that's a below average fight. And what's the one? The Choir of the Cathedral Deep, something, I don't remember exactly what it's called. Wow, but Crystal Sage is a fine fight. It's your common magic like witch fight, caster and all that. But other than that, I think the Abyss Watchers is a phenomenal fight. I think the first boss fight in this game is exceptional. What's his name? Ludix Gundyr. That is an exceptional fight. I love it so much. Let's try and think. What other bosses? I'm not reading off a script. I am just giving my honest thoughts. I think all the bosses have been good. I loved, I think, what's his name? Vord of the Boreal Valley. I think that's just a fun fight. That's just constant chaos. You don't know what's coming. It's a fun one. So that, Abyss Watchers, Ludix Gundyr, it's been a fun time so far. I know I'm not very far into the game, but man, let me just tell you, this game, as a Bloodborne, the biggest Bloodborne fanboy you'll ever meet, I mean, goodness gracious, this game is great. Like, I just don't have many complaints. Besides, some of the boss fights have been a little weak, I think, and I think there's too many bonfires in the game. But literally every person who's ever played it has said that. But wow, this game is great. I'm excited to get further into it. Man, I can't wait. I don't have the DLC for this game. I gotta buy it. So these are my early thoughts. We will obviously stay updated. Not sure how far I am into the game. I know, like, I'm out of the opening areas. Like, I am kind of in the full deep of the game now. So I know what I'm getting into, and I'm loving it so far. It's just a fun game. What did you all think? Was I wrong or right about some of the points I've made so far? I pretty much know everything else that comes in the game, just from YouTube and Reddit and everything. So go ahead and comment. You don't got to worry about spoilers if you liked it or disliked it. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Be sure to like and subscribe. Super Ninja Llamas out.